What are your goals for 2025? Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me now. I'm 9 years in this expat game. I'm on my fourth country, third continent, here in Lusaka, Zambia, in the southern region of Africa. And some of the things you've been seeing me do now is that I'm sharing information with you about things I've learned along this journey for 9 years, and also how I'm resettling in Lusaka, Zambia. So you're getting to see it firsthand while I'm getting established in the country, which is something I didn't do while I was going through Panama and Colombia. And most importantly, I'm sharing with you some of the things that I see here on the ground as far as opportunities. Let me wait till this truck goes. It was so quiet when I started filming. And then there's always got to be some noise. But one other thing you're starting to see is that I'm starting to share with you opportunities and things that I'm seeing here on the ground. So if you are an expat or thinking about becoming an expat, why you should consider Lusaka, Zambia as a possibility to come to. And so in today's video, we're going to talk about what are your goals for 2025? You may be like, Jason, it's just now December. It's the second day. Why are you worried about this? You have to focus on your goals before that time comes. And this is one of the things that I've noticed over the years. A lot of people are teaching wrong. You know, they teach you to have a SMART goal, but they don't teach you when do you start actually, start doing the steps to reach your goal. And because most people do not study psychology from habitual pattern, meaning your what's the word? Come on, talk to me, Uncle Bob. Your paradigms. People don't study psychology from a paradigm perspective. And the reason why I'm saying this is psychology now, if you go to just a major university, a normal major university, no matter where you are in the world, they're not teaching you modern day psychology. They're not teaching you the up-to-date information. They're teaching you stuff from Sigmund Freud or other people like that. And there's way more psychologists, there's way more information that has been discovered beyond their realm of beliefs. And because we're still using those old psychological beliefs and modalities, this is why a lot of us are not happy. This is why a lot of us can't reach our goals. I didn't start figuring this out until about 15 years ago. You know, there was times where I may have luckily reached a goal or hit something, but I didn't know what I was doing. And once I started understanding modern psychology, reading books from like Dr. Joseph Murphy, Maxwell Maltz, studying people like Reverend Ike, studying people like Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, all of these people, I started seeing reaching my goals was a lot easier. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to share with you 4 of my goals, and I'm going to share with you the time frame for each goal. And the reason why I want to share with you, I want you to see exactly what it looks like. Most people, like, let's see, what's the name of those shows? Those pop the balloon shows. You see it all the time, the same questions over and over again. And it shows people are not studying psychology. And what I mean by that is, you know, whether it's a guy or a girl, they're always asking, what is your 5-year goal? Be all honestly with you, having a 5-year goal is nice, but also having a 5-year goal from a psychological point of view, it's almost impossible for you to measure that goal, because how many people actually reflect on the last 5 years of their life? Not most of us. Even I don't do many 5-year reflections. I do yearly reflections to see how am I going and where to scale from there. And so because of this, you need to be focused on like 1 year. What is your 1-year goal? What is your 3-year goal? What is your 5-year goal? And then what is your long-term goal, 10 to 20-year goal? And that is how you need to really break down your goals. Your 1-year goal should be something that you should be able to achieve. It's going to be a step. It's going to be a big leap, but it's not a leap to where you don't believe you can do it. You should have that belief. Okay, if I hustle hard enough, I should be able to do this. Your 3-year goal should be a little bit more out of that. Like, okay, once I know, because I know I can hustle hard enough to get this, then let me go for this. Your 5-year goal should be out of picture for you. You should barely be able to get a picture of it. You shouldn't believe in it. And then your 10 to 20-year-old goal should be so huge, you don't even know if it's humanly possible. So when I first started doing this, it was when I first started my weight loss journey in Panama. And when I started doing it, I didn't believe the things that I was going to, first I was like, I just want to be able to walk without needing a cane. I want to be able to walk without needing any assistance. Then it was like, I want to be able to sleep without needing a CPAP machine. All of these different things that everyone was telling me that was impossible, even doctors. And then look at me now. I had went to a point where I was walking so much. I don't use a CPAP machine anymore. I'm not using any assisted devices anymore. Like all of these different things that I was able to do. And it was because I broke down my health goals in that 1, 3, 5, 10 to 20-year plan. Now, one of the things you're going to start seeing in 2025 is me getting back to my health. Like I say, like I'm at the last stages of the depression of losing Cece. Like I didn't think it was going to take this long. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought I was that manly man, because we talked about it before. She was like, when I pass, I hope you take some time to really miss me and think about me. And I was like, I'm gonna miss you and think about you. Like, why would you even ask this? But I was like, I'm gonna have to move on with life. We were joking. Nobody thought she would pass away in 2022 unexpectedly. And so now it's going on almost 3 years now, man. Come January, next month will be 3-year anniversary of her transitioning, which is crazy. And I thought I would be able to just, I got all the knowledge. I can just push through, let those emotions go to the backside. And it didn't work. I'm telling you straight up, it didn't work. So like if you're dealing with a depression or something, work through those emotions first, because it's going to hurt you in the long run if you just let those things sit to the wayside or try to ignore them, which was something that I was trying to do. Because the reality of it is there's not many people out here that can give you much counseling firsthand of losing your spouse unexpectedly overnight and you all are still young. Like, yeah, there's people who are older that in their 70s, 80s and stuff like that can say that, but how many people can say that in their late 30s, early 40s? We're a small group of number of people, especially people that really loved each other. And so a lot of people didn't understand that. And I didn't have avenues to go to because I didn't know avenues to go to. I didn't know who to go talk to. And one of the things a lot of people always say is, "Oh, just go talk to a counselor." You can't just talk to any counselor, guys. You have to talk to a counselor that knows what they're talking about as far as experience. If they haven't experienced it, they don't know what they're talking about. I learned that firsthand dealing with PTSD from the military, talking to all those psychologists, psychiatrists. They couldn't help me because they had no fucking clue what I was going through. They just reading in a book, oh, this is what this is. You don't know what I saw. And so, sorry, I'm drinking some tea. I found some natural honey at Real Raw Nutrition out here with the honeycomb. It's delicious, man. And like, that's part of me getting my health back right there. Just something as simple as that. But what I was saying was, like, when people haven't been through and have that experience, they don't have the knowledge. It doesn't matter how many books you read, how many classes you go to. If you don't have firsthand experience, you have zero knowledge. And that's something that we have to start understanding. To seek experience is to seek someone who has been through what you're going through, and they have succeeded on the other side. And so this is why I wanted to talk about goals today, because I don't go deep in and sharing like, hey, what am I doing right now? How am I getting here? So a lot of times people just see the end goal. And then that's when people are like, oh, you're lucky, you're blessed. No, it's not luck or blessed. It's hard work. It's discipline. It takes strong mental discipline to reach your goals. Talk to anybody that ever finished any schooling program in the university. Talk to someone who's a doctor or a lawyer. It took mental discipline. They probably wanted to have fun, go out and party just like the next person, but they didn't. They had the mental discipline to get what they want, and that's how they got their goal. So what are my goals for 2025 and 4? So my 1-year goal is, as you know, I purchased land out in Westwood. So I will start building next year. So my 1-year goal is to have 5 tiny homes completed. Now, some people may be like, man, that's not a real big. Some people may be like, yo, that's huge. It's a big goal for me short term because it's pushing me to become that developer that I want to be. For the last 10 years, like I've been studying Grant Cardone and other real estate people for so long, like I knew I was going to get an opportunity to become a developer somehow. I was like, I don't know how the money's going to come, how I'll do it. Because every country I was in, it was too out of price to develop. And I just knew it was going to happen. And now that I have that opportunity, that is my goal. So the first part is to develop 5 tiny homes on my property. And then outside of that, my 3-year goal, let me go back to 1 year. Also with the 1 year for 2025, the goal is to lose 40 kilograms. I want to get back to about 90 to 100 kilos. And the reason why I say 40, even though it's more than I need to lose, it gives me a cushion window because I know how my weight fluctuates with moving, things like that. So I'm one of those who my weight fluctuates really easy. And so that's why I want to put a little cushion window in there for when, the up days, down days, or days I'm traveling a lot, stuff like that. 3-year goal is after the 3-year goal, I want to start developing. I want to have about 100 tiny homes developed. Because once I have the first 5 developed, from there, I have an accurate pricing of it, things of that nature. I know exactly what materials need, how many of the materials. And it's just going to be carbon copies of each home. Like it's not building things of unique designs. It's just making affordable housing. So the 3-year goal is to have 100 tiny homes built. I don't know if it's all going to be in Westwood and just have a whole tiny home community there, which will be called CC's Estates. That will be something in memory of CC. Just about every business I'm due from here on forth is going to have some type of memory with her name tied to it. That's just one of the things that means something to me because I wouldn't have the opportunity to have this business knowledge if it wasn't for her. And so then what is the 5-year goal? So my 5-year goal is to have at least 100 hectares or more of land. So that's about a little bit over 200 acres. You might be like, Jason, what are you going to do with all that land? Land is valuable, guys. Let me just share this insight with you for here in Zambia. From everything that I've seen so far in Zambia, minus mines and certain places where they're excavating, there's not much digging here. There's not even a landfill here. I haven't the one you can't call it a landfill. It's more of a dump because everything's above ground. There's not digging here, so there's very financial rich opportunities here. I'm using my wording very careful. Financially rich opportunities here, and all you have to do is just do what other countries are doing. Like we still live on the same world. And here, the beautiful thing about it, there's not many excavators here. You don't see huge excavation machines like in South Africa, things like that. You see mining equipment, but not excavation. And I've been looking on AliExpress. I can order mini excavators, little small ones, for about $3,000 US. So that's why this is a 5-year goal. That's a lot of money, yo. Trust me, that's a lot of money to be spending on an excavation machine. But the goal is to start a landfill here. Because when I was looking yesterday, oh no, it was the day before yesterday, I was in Leopards Hill where I saw the little dump area. And I was just like, why don't they bury it underground? And then it can start creating methane gas. Use the methane gas for public transportation, whether you want to do buses, trash vehicles, or use them for, see if you can start converting some of the 18-wheelers to use methane gas as a fuel source to bring down some of the shipping cost of the country. And where I learned that from was when I was in Houston before I left. I remember I don't remember the channel, but it was their news channel, and they was talking about how the trash company there, waste management company there, they started using the methane gases that was built up from the landfills and using that as a fuel source for some of their uh, general waste trash picking up vehicles. And I think they were talking about using it for some of the public buses also as a cheaper fuel source. And so that's the 5-year goal. 10 to 20-year goal is a really huge goal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do it, but I know every step I'm taking from this day forth is to reach that level. And I want to own my own mine, whether it's a gold or silver mine. That is something that's I want to do. I want to be able to accomplish and pass down to my lineage as I start having children over these next few years. And it's just something like, why not? You know, the kid that grew up in Oak Cliff, Redbird, and moved to DeSoto, Texas. Now he's in Africa having a gold or a silver mine. Like, why not? This is our world. You can make anything possible if you start using your spiritual powers and start doing your prayers correctly. And so just wanted to share that with you. If you know your goal, starting for your 1-year goal for 2025, and you're open with sharing it, share it down in the comments below. Like, a lot of things we have to get away from is being afraid to share the accomplishments that we want to reach. And one of the other things we have to start doing is when you're seeing or you're with a community of people who are starting to have big goals, you share them all together, because that makes the prayers stronger. Because the more energy, positive energy that you're putting into it, it makes it stronger and it makes it easier for you, because you're going to start having these downloads, these ideas, your reticular activating center, and your brain is going to actually start seeing those things and those opportunities. That's how I was able to see land and stuff here. That's how I was been able to see all these opportunities here, because the last 9 years I've been working on my reticular activating center to see just certain things. I know sometimes people think like, man, you're so disciplined because of the military. No, man, there was a time I used to like partying. There was a time I used to like drinking. There was a time I used to like chasing women. Like, it don't make me money, yo. I'll be real with you, it don't make me money. When I started really understanding the things that I want for my life instead of what society is telling us we should want for our life. Because it's society that's bombarding us with advertisements. You need to be at the club. You need to be out drinking. You need to be doing all of this nonsense that has nothing productive to do with your life. Let me see. I partied from 16 years old, 15 years old to maybe realistically 29. So what's that? 13 years. And it didn't get me nowhere in life. It didn't put me around the right people. It didn't put money in my pocket. I was just spending money all the time, wasting money, wasted a fortune. Because let's be honest, like, the money I used for drinking for those 13 years, if I would have just invested it in S&P 500, who knows how much money I would have had. Shit, if I would have invested half of it in Bitcoin when I first heard about it, I'd be a multimillionaire right now. But I was too busy focused on drinking, having fun. And I think this is a worldwide problem now. It's an epidemic that people are not talking about, because people are not happy. And if you really want to start being happy again, you have to start focusing on your goals. What is your 1-year goal? What is your 3-year goal? What is your 5-year goal? And what is that goal you want for your life that is so unbelievable that it may take you 10 to 20 years to reach it? Like, start thinking about that. And just to end it, I think I should let me know if you want me to do live videos. Like, I might do one live a week talking about stuff like this, because these static videos like this don't really do it justice, especially when you have a lot of questions. But just really think about it. Like, what are your goals? What do you want? And then just remember, no one's coming to save you. No one. Nobody's Jesus, God is not gonna part the heavens, come down and be like, oh, you've suffered enough, let me help you. You gotta help yourself. No man is gonna come take care of you. No woman is gonna come take care of you. I'm telling you right now, like, the way we have been taught to believe is wrong. It's so wrong, it's ridiculous. And when you find out how wrong it is, you just laugh at it. And I'm telling you, once you start focusing on your goals, breaking them down from a realistic perspective, the proper way to do it, because just setting a SMART goal ain't going to do it. You can set a SMART goal every year. It's not going to reach. And if you're waiting until January 1st, 2025 to start working towards your goals, you're not going to get it. I'm being honest with you. The last 3 quarters of the end of this year is what you're moving. That's your momentum going into 2025. So if you're not focused on that momentum now, building it up, building up, building it up, it's going to be the same momentum you had all the years before. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Let me know if you like this output of doing videos outside. I get tired of shooting videos in the house. It don't do good on my skin. I be looking rough. But let me know. And then most importantly, just remember this. I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.